The Battle of Harmar's defeat, also known as Harmar's Campaign, took place in the fall of 1790, not 1786. It was part of a broader conflict known as the Northwest Indian War, in which various Native American nations sought to resist American expansion into the Ohio country following the American Revolutionary War. After the end of the American Revolutionary War, the Treaty of Paris in 1783 ceded vast territories north of the Ohio River, the Ohio country, to the United States. However, Native American tribes living in this region, such as the Miami, Shawnee, Delaware, and Wyandot, did not recognize the treaty and continued to view the land as theirs. As American settlers moved into the territory, conflicts escalated between settlers and native tribes. The U.S. government, under President George Washington, sought to enforce its claim to the region and protect American settlers. General Josiah Harmar, a Revolutionary War veteran, was tasked with leading an expedition to suppress the Native American resistance. Harmar's goal was to destroy key native villages, especially along the Maumee River in present-day Ohio, and to establish U.S. dominance over the area. Harmar set out from Fort Washington, modern-day Cincinnati, in early October 1790 with approximately 1,400 men. His force consisted of a mix of regular soldiers from the U.S. Army, militia from Kentucky and Pennsylvania, and a small group of artillery. Unfortunately for Harmar, the militia were poorly trained, ill-disciplined, and unenthusiastic about the campaign. Harmar's primary target was the village of Kikionga, the principal settlement of the Miami tribe, located near modern-day Fort Wayne, Indiana. Kikionga was a strategic location and a center of Native American trade and resistance. Harmar believed that by attacking and destroying the village, he could cripple native resistance and force the tribes to submit. On October 17, 1790, Harmar's forces reached the vicinity of Kikionga, where they found that the Native Americans had evacuated the village. Harmar ordered the village and surrounding fields to be burned, but he failed to engage the native warriors who had regrouped in the surrounding forests, waiting for an opportunity to strike. Harmar divided his forces, sending detachments of militia into the countryside to hunt down native warriors. On October 19th, a detachment led by Colonel John Hardin encountered a large force of Miami and Shawnee warriors, led by Chief Little Turtle and Blue Jacket. Despite being outnumbered and ambushed, Hardin's men attempted to fight, but the militia quickly broke ranks and fled. Native warriors inflicted heavy casualties, killing around 100 militia members in what became known as the first skirmish of Harmar's defeat. Believing that the native forces were still weak, Harmar ordered another detachment under Hardin to pursue the retreating warriors. This detachment was ambushed again on October 22nd at a site near the Eel River, where the Miami and Shawnee warriors once again proved their superiority in guerrilla tactics. The U.S. forces, disorganized and demoralized, were routed. Harmar himself withdrew back toward Fort Washington, having lost around 180 to 200 men out of his force of 1,400. The battle was a significant defeat for the United States and a humiliating setback in the effort to subdue the Native American tribes of the Northwest Territory. The loss was attributed largely to poor coordination between Harmar's regulars and the militia, the militia's lack of discipline, and Harmar's underestimation of Native American strength and tactics. For the Native American Confederacy, led by figures like Little Turtle, the victory boosted their confidence and strengthened their resolve to resist American encroachment. Harmar's defeat did not end the U.S. government's efforts to subdue the region, but it delayed them significantly. In the wake of the defeat, General Harmar faced a court-martial, but he was cleared of any wrongdoing, though his military reputation was tarnished. The U.S. government responded by preparing for a larger campaign under General Arthur St. Clair, which would lead to St. Clair's defeat in 1791, another devastating loss for the United States. The failure of Harmar's campaign and subsequent defeats convinced the U.S. government that more significant efforts were needed to secure control of the Northwest Territory. This eventually led to the appointment of General Mad Anthony Wayne, who would later win a decisive victory over the Native American Confederacy at the Battle of Fallen Timbers in 1794. Effectively ending the Northwest Indian War. Harmar's defeat underscored the complexities and challenges of frontier warfare. It highlighted the tactical superiority of Native American warriors in their own territory, as well as the difficulties the young United States faced in trying to expand westward against organized and determined native resistance. While the battle was a defeat for the U.S., it set the stage for future military campaigns that would ultimately change the balance of power in the region.